With that out of the way, starting tomorrow, 18 of the finest competitive skydivers in the world will congregate above the downtown skies for the Swoop Freestyle FAI World Championships. Practice runs start Friday. The real deal starts on Saturday. And what do you know? We have two of those crazies right in the studio with me. They are husband and wife. Please welcome Curt and Jeannie. I'm going to bet you're Curt. I'm going to bet you're Jeannie. Bartholomew. Welcome. Thank you guys for taking time out of your day. Have you jumped out of anything today?
No, not yet today.
Will you? You're done.
No,
it's all media today, right?
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, explain swooping. My dog swoops on his food, you know, when he swoops in to eat it. What is swooping in your vernacular?
So swooping is when we take our really small high-performance parachute and we point it at the ground, do a big turn, build up a lot of vertical speed, and then we pull out of that dive and take that speed and turn it into a lot of horizontal distance. And in this competition specifically, we're using all that energy to do tricks under the canopy going across the water.
How does one realize, oh, hey, I'm a pretty good swooper? I assume you started out as just skydivers, and then that got boring, which I don't know how. So when did you realize that you had a gift for this?
I had about 50 jumps, then I went through a canopy course and just fell in love with parachutes. And then I found out that you could dive a parachute at the ground going 100 miles an hour, and that was it.
So what's the speed the harder thing to control? The direction? What's the trickiest part of this?
The trickiest part is actually the winds, because pretty much every time you go up, even if it's only a half an hour later, the winds can change. And utilizing all that and building all that energy and being super precise with it is definitely the hardest part.
All right, so I think we have a graphic here kind of explaining the rules for folks who go down to the Embarcadero next week. Do we have this right? So it's not a plane, you're jumping out of a helicopter.
Yep.
So how high in the air are you?
We're getting out at 5,000 feet.
So that's a hop and pop, right?
Yep, hop and pop.
Okay, so and then is it artistic where there are judges, or is it?
Yeah, there's 6 judges. And then
I assume they've done this, that they know what's tough and what's not, right?
Yep, yeah. More than half of them have actually been swoop competitors at one point. So
do you know the judges personally?
Yeah. Yeah.
So like a little, hey, a little under, keep it fair kind of thing. All right. So who met who? What was the pickup line? Do you like my shoot? How'd that work?
I think I had called Curt and asked him if he wanted to come fly parachutes with me for the day. And it's really unique. There's not any other swooping husband and wife couples in the world.
I'm betting not. So you have that distinct title.
Yeah, and being able to compete with Swoop Freestyle together is amazing.
Do you own the same team? Are you on the same team? How does that work?
Both.
Kind of the same, yeah.
So you're competing against one another?
Yep. Absolutely.
So who gets frosted more when the other wins?
You know what, interestingly enough, when I do really well, Curt actually gets very excited and he's very supportive. He's a 5-time world champion, so it's hard to beat him.
I did not pay you your dues. I'm sorry, I buried the lead. Yeah. That's on me. First of all, before we get any further in this interview, there's a third member of your team who we ran out of chairs. So you want to throw out a little love to the cameraman?
Yeah, our teammate Alex Hart is here. He's gonna do some follow cam with us for this competition. So,
is there a chemistry involved with somebody who's, you know, taking pictures? I mean, are you so in tune with one another's movement that he knows what you're doing before you do?
Yeah, it's we do a lot of training, and this event specifically, it's really hard for the camera guys because they bounce around from athlete to athlete, and they don't necessarily have actual training with that person. So everyone has a slightly different style and a slightly different way of flying. So.
Am I safe in saying that your sport falls in the high-risk category?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, I think the more you practice, the more likely is something to go wrong. I mean, how does one get ready? How does one develop his maneuvers?
Yeah, like you said, it's just a lot of practice going out and doing it repetitively, and it's just like any other sport. You just take it step by step and practice certain things, and you know. You just manage the risks.
Are there folks, other groups that they're against you guys, like, you know, people against parachutes, Mad Mothers against parachutes? I mean,
I hope not.
So you're pretty well accepted. Everyone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Can you get life insurance?
Yeah, I actually have life insurance.
Yeah, I'd like to see what that monthly is. All right. We've shot air races. America's Cup on the Embarcadero. This is a new one.
Yep.
I mean, tell people, it doesn't cost any money. Why should people come check you out swooping?
Yeah, everyone should come check it out. It's free. We're going to be doing it right down in the bay. And it's such a unique experience because normally we're competing out on smaller airports kind of out of the way. So it's hard to come see us. And now we get to bring our skill sets to you. And the guys that run Swoop Freestyle are doing a really nice job of bringing us to you guys, which is super unique. And we're trying to get it more and more into the big cities. And it's a lot of fun for us too.
The element of danger and the element of disaster is attractive, though. I mean, it's like race car. People go to see the big one. I mean, the fact that there's that element of disaster hovering in the air, does that appeal to the worst of us?
Honestly, I think that the really awesome thing about Swoop Freestyle is that the crowds love when you land on the raft, and they love it even more when you slide off the end or crash into it.
All right, so besides when you're not in the air, flying through the air, you also dabble in acting? Explain that to me.
No, I don't dabble in acting.
Watch this and tell me what's on the other side of the break. Hey, watch this. Hang on.
Am I saying meow?
I thought...
Don't think meow. Do you know how fast you were approaching?
I could have sworn you said meow.
Do I look like a cat to you?
No.
Am I drinking milk from a saucer? Am I jumping all nimbly bimbly from tree to tree? Do you see me eating mice? All right, stop laughing right meow.
I call that acting.
Yeah, that's a spoof we did on Super Troopers. We called it Swooper Troopers.
Obviously, okay.
So good.
All right, so you've been in a flying squirrel suit, have you not?
Yeah.
How does what you do compare to what the wingsuit people do?
I like this aspect of it because we get to carry our speed to the ground on every jump. The wingsuits only get to really do it near the mountains, so. And I like to be able to do the tricks like we're out here to do now. And we can still fly our canopies down the mountain at pretty close to the same speeds. But I really like the freestyle aspect that we're out here to do.
All right, I know you guys think you're on it and you're the hot stuff, but I want you to know that there are other elite athletes as part of this interview. This is the first of its kind. This happened back in the 1990s, I believe, a sportscast in the air. Check this out.
Topping our sportscast tonight. Okay, time for the Outdoors Report. Here's Chris Kepke.
See, that's why there's a charisma here.
Amazing.
Let's throw the graphic up real quick and tell people how they can get to the Embarcadero. We got 5 seconds. Make your pitch.
All right, yeah, we got to come out and see us. We got either awesome freestyle moves or pretty awesome crashes. So either way, it's going to be a great show. There's a lot for everybody.
A lot of other activities as well.
Yes, because the Embarcadero's going to be hopping, right?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Bartholomew, for coming in, and we'll have more coming up tonight on the All Sports Report. Right now, it's back to my esteemed colleagues on the news desk.